All right, we're live on Facebook. And say crazy stuff here for the next couple of minutes.
I like when you guys talk between the segments.
Oh, say all our crazy crap.
Crazy crap, yeah.
I got my watch done. I got this for my... Jen got this for me for my birthday. And I went to 3 watch places because I take the bands off, and then I get one of these, and then I can put on the different color bands. I literally went to 3 different places, and it was by appointment only. Like, they didn't even have people there. There's one place over here, one by I was running for lunch or something, and I found another place. I can't, and they're like, we don't. You got to schedule an appointment. I'm like, this is stupid. So when I was when I was moving all my stuff, I found my little tool, so I was able to switch it out. So it looks good with this orange band.
New World Order.
Yeah, it is. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Robert Orfino, Texas Real Estate Radio Network.
From the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate.
We'll tell that story at some point.
Yep.
World-renowned? World-renowned?
No, world-renowned, absolutely.
Like no, anybody's ever heard of that guy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, buying real estate. Oh, let's give them the update on your shot there. You're not a zombie yet.
Well,
tell everybody about the zombie pen. That's my favorite part.
Oh, so good, the zombie waiting area. So I got my second shot, Pfizer.
Okay.
And they make you sit in this big sort of pen area with these white folding chairs while there's like EMTs just stare at you to make sure that you're not having a bad reaction and you don't turn into a zombie, right? Because then the guy comes over and absolutely puts 2 right in your head. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're all armed, right? They're like, is this, if you've ever seen World War Z, actually read the book. The book is not like the movie. You hear that cliche.
Yeah.
But it's like they put you in that pen to make sure you don't turn.
Yeah.
And if you turn, then they shoot you.
Yeah. So you sit in that area and you listen to like Neil Diamond and
it's
the
all
Supremes
relaxing
and stuff. Yeah. And then 15 minutes up, you get up, you walk out, you're good.
And the room is white?
It's a blue floor, white walls, lots of windows, and white chairs.
So there's a book called Drunk Tank Pink, and it's all about colors and the psychological effect of colors. And what they figured out that there's a certain hue of pink that actually brings human aggression down. So if you were really in there for zombies, would you want to bring in Drunk Tank Pink?
This was clearly a cubicle bullpen that they had to strip out in order to comply and get the stuff out there.
Gotcha.
Like, when this is back to normal in 6-8 months, that'll be just a bunch of cubicles again.
Bunch of cubes at whatever office it was.
Booted out the billing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all that was. Yep, you could see when you walk in, you can see the fading of the carpet and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So. But super efficient. It's like a walk-on ride at Disney.
Yeah.
You just walk right up, you sit down, get your shot, and you go sit over here for 15 minutes. That's it.
And so, as far as side effects, you were a little lagging a little bit there on Saturday.
It wasn't even like someone punched me in the arm. It's like someone took like a 20-pound kettlebell on a chain and then just like lifted the thing up 10 feet off the air and then let it just swing and hit my arm. That's the kind of, it felt like I got hit by
kind of like a car accident, right?
Like a fastball. Like I took a fastball right on the bare arm, like 100 miles an hour. It's like, oh my God, it hurts so. And it started, and I could feel it coming on Friday night. So I got up at 6 o'clock to do my workouts for 75 hard, and I got first one done, no problem. I said, okay, I can go do it. I can come home. I can take a little rest. And I could do it at night and get my second one in. I did we had the event. It was a great event. We data dumped on these folks, and they're going to be all massively successful in raising private capital now. And like the last hour of it, I was struggling to get through my morning presentation. I did the first morning, and then Jason did the afternoon, and I came back next day. So by 1 o'clock, I was like,
I'm out.
Tag it. You're in, brother. I'm out. And I got home at 1:30, and I essentially slept from 1:30 at night till 7:30 the next morning with a 4-hour window where I was drowsing in and out of watching the Snyder cut on of Justice League. So
Yeah.
that was a 4-hour window there. And I was just in and out, kind of paying attention, not paying attention, falling back to sleep, waking up. I feel like I got to go watch it again. But, yeah, I did about 18 hours of sleep with fever, with chills, the sweats,
Interesting.
body aching. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I would love to know. I think the acute, how can I put this? The physical acute effects, like at the actual site of the injection, I think that's the preservatives that they put in that thing.
You think?
I'm fair. I would love to have somebody who knows obviously a lot more about this.
They carried on some sort of...
Well, because I'll give you a good example. So I'm allergic to some preservatives like TB skin tests. Whatever that, there's 2 types of shots they can give you. And I actually have an allergic reaction to it. Not severe, but I think at that injection site, when you get all that soreness and stuff, I could be wrong. I'd love to know. I swear it's a preservative they put in that, right? But then the actual vaccine effects where you're getting the chills and all that, that's from the actual vaccine.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
Dude. That was harsh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God, I haven't been this sick in a long time, but it was just over, right?
And so just sleep and it's over.
Yep, that was it. Just slept hard and then it was over. And then Sunday, I woke up and I was probably at 50% of my energy. And then I did the whole day for the class, and I just went home and slept last night. So, unfortunately, I'm out of 75 hard.
Oh, got to start over.
So this is day 1, absolutely. I've had a banana and 2 waters so far, and I got my lunch up there. So I'm play by the rules. I'm going to do it, right? So
Yeah.
I'm out.
I am already. Wednesday will be 30 days alcohol free, and I'm like, all right, we're done with this section of the challenge. I'm pretty much done here. Right. I've gone to so many parties and stuff, and I realize now I don't have a problem. So so it's like, all right, that's good. But I really am enjoying the two workouts a day.
Yeah, me too.
And I picked up an HEB order this morning, and I'm gonna finally go into like a real good meal prep phase.
Nice, yeah.
And still ride and work out. I've got to go today to do 5x5, but I'm actually enjoying that part. Like yesterday, it's kind of funny. We're doing all this. Saturday was this party, and I left the truck here, and I didn't realize until I was at the house by myself, and I was like, wait a second, I don't have my vehicle here. So I had to ride my bike up to the office, which is another one of my workouts, which is fine. But yeah, I think I'm out on the alcohol portion here starting on Wednesday. That'll be 30 days.
I did lose 17 pounds in 4 weeks, so I'm happy about that.
That's insane.
And then I still have 26 more pounds to go.
Which you can do in like 2 months.
I think I'll be able to take that down in about at the 75 days for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying the 2-day workouts. I'm enjoying actually getting back there and, dumbbell workout and the stuff I'm doing is actually pushing it and feeling good. So
there's a book I just read by Aaron Clary called The Book of Numbers. And it talks about a lot of stuff. He's an economist. But one of the things he said, and I'm believing this to be true in just about all aspects of life, is the highest ROI you can have, and this is amazing when you think about all the things that we do, the highest ROI you can have is working out and taking care of yourself. And what I've noticed in the last 30 days is I don't think there's greater mental focus or acuity. Like everyone says, oh yeah, you get all this clarity and all, like it's some kind of magic something that happens. I do definitely feel better.
yeah.
I've got more energy in the morning.
Well, I think that's when they talk. So I agree but disagree that I definitely have more energy, and because I have more energy, my focus is my life.
Your
at
focus
this
is
point,
better, yeah.
right? So now I have more time to be more focused.
So what's interesting is if you're working out twice a day, because obviously I don't care how you cut it. If they're 45-minute workouts,
Yep.
shower, all that other stuff, it's probably an hour and 15, right?
Yeah, for
Once
sure.
you do the whole
yeah,
thing,
you're
right?
2.5 hours every day.
2.5 hours every day. So 10% of your day
In-
is working out.
in Texas, yes.
Yeah, 10% of your day is working out. So, but when you look at the other benefits, it's like, I think that accelerates the other time that you're using. Like
Yeah,
you're
for
much
sure.
more productive.
Yep. So I felt good about that, but yeah, we're back on it. So all right, day 1, 75 hard. Here I
There
am.
we go. We're
Going back.
going back at it.
And just the rules are the rules, right?
Yeah.
So Anyway, hey, this is Robert and Jason. We're at the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. And you guys want to get a hold of us, you can text us. Text. I promise you, no one's picking up the phone.
We're not picking up.
Text 281-401-9008. 281-401-9008. And you can ask us about anything, mastermind, investments, all that good stuff. We'd love to have a little conversation with you. 281-401-9008. This is Robert Jason. We'll be back. It's always the like the D's, right?
Yeah.
Like the high I guy who just like, they must pick up this phone. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't believe how many phone calls I get on that number. I'm like, it's not connected to anything. It just goes to nowhere.
Yeah.
Text.
It's probably definitely the D's.
Yeah.
It's definitely the D's.
I got a problem. They're going to pick up. No, we're not picking up, dude. I don't know who you are, and I'm not picking up.
It is funny because if you look at this would be interesting to chat with Catherine about, like that myopic D mindset. We're like, well, I'm going to call. Yeah. And you're like, I don't even know who you are.
Get him on the phone.
Get him on the phone right now. Like,
yeah.
Like, good luck with that, buddy.
Who are you?
I'm going to call this guy.
And always like when they text me too, they're like, hey, send me the information. Like I know who they are and I have their email address and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, contact information?
Yeah.
And I can hear the on the other side of it, right? Oh, go. Take us in.
What
there,
information do you want?
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Robert and Jason here. We're from the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. Jason, we got 72 hours left.
What happens in 72 hours?
The mastermind cost goes up 25%.
Yep, goes up. So our 1-year anniversary is April 1st.
2-year anniversary.
2 year. Oh, sorry. It's been 2 years.
1 year. No, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
That's 2 years.
Yep.
So we'll have our 2-year anniversary on April 1st.
Yep.
Cost goes up $2,500.
$2,500. Like we said 2 years ago, it's going to go up $2,500 every year.
If you call on April 1st,
yes,
12:01 a.m. and say, I want for 10 grand or I'm not joining, I'm like, wow, that's a bummer. You're not joining.
You're not joining.
See, we have rules here.
Yes.
And our rule is it goes up 25% every year.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's a declining balance, right? It just goes up
$2,500
$2,500
every year.
$2,500
So we hit
every year.
15, which is going to be year 3. Then
Year 3, yeah.
Yep.
So if you want to join, great.
Yep.
If not, that's okay too. Mm-hmm. If you call me on Friday and say, I want it for 10, I'm like, oh, well,
no.
Go ask your buddies.
Yeah.
Get your $2,500 together and scrape it together on Good Friday, and we'll see you in the next mastermind. So,
but I'm very confident. I was very confident when we started we could deliver massive value. I was even more confident 1 year in that we could deliver massive value. The fact that we've had, I think we're 52 signups and only 2 people have dropped after 2 years. Mm-hmm. Like that's
pretty solid.
Really solid. And I'd say of the 52, I think the last time we looked, about 46 of the 52 have all bought at least one investment property.
Mm-hmm. And we're always bringing on 5 to 6 a month. So
Yeah.
some people just takes a little while to
Well,
get
there's someone
started.
new. Like there's 2
Yeah,
new
they
people
just
that haven't
started.
gotten anything with us. But there's one new father and son. They've already bought 2 properties, right? And they're looking for the next, and they're doing an investment. It's like, great. This is what we're talking about.
It's so funny when you have that conversation with somebody. Well, why should I join your group? I don't know. You interested in making money?
Yeah, why
I
not?
mean, let's make it real simple. You want to make that 12.5 back like yesterday? Just close on one of the deals we send out. It's not that hard, man.
It's not, and we talked about this in our class over the weekend about, hey, if you're going to be working with private investors and private lenders, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
You're not going to do one event. You're not going to stand on stage and raise $1 million. One guy, I have $1 million, and he's not going to, and signs $1 million. That's never going to happen,
That's
right?
pretty rare.
It's a marathon of $25,000 and $50,000 and $100,000 raises, right?
It's a 5-year marathon, not 30.
Right.
I think it's what everybody forgets. It's like when you get out of college, you're like, okay, now I can retire in 30 years. I can help you do that in 5.
Yes.
But there's some things you're going to have to do
Right.
that are just not quite what you're used to. I mean, let's see. If we could retire in 30 years or we could retire in 5, 6 times faster. It's kind of up to, and all I have to do is write a check for 12.5 and do what we do here in Mr. Texas Real Estate. It's that simple, man. It's just not difficult.
I'm going to go on a little quick tangent because I
Okay.
saw 2 different gurus use the same thing.
Okay.
Like, learn how Bobby made $75,000 on his first deal. Right? And then I saw another one. Learn how so-and-so made $30,000 doing their first wholesale transaction. And then, of course, my question is, like, someone has to ask the question. Because right what they'll say, like in the disclaimer, is these are,
Not typical results.
Not typical results. And so then the question is, well, how many people do you sign up a month?
That's right.
I sign up hundreds. So you're telling me only 1 in 100
That's right.
is going to hit that number.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? So if you have a curious mind, if you're intellectually curious, all that stuff just gets ripped apart.
Oh, yeah.
And there it was right there in front of me. Learn how so-and-so made $90,000. And I'm like, all right. Well, how many people do you sign up every month? 75. Great. So 1 in 75. Those are my odds.
Yeah, 1 in 75.
Got it. How about I have 92% of my folks are on their way to become real estate millionaires
Yeah.
versus your one lotto winner.
Yeah, you're 1 in 75.
Yeah.
If it's that many, right?
So we're not running that nonsense here. You have to come in. You have to have, you guys all know the requirements, right? It's 700 minimum FICO, $100,000 a year income or greater, and capital to deploy. That's absolutely critical. And with that, we can have a massively high level of success. If you're coming in broke and you're going to do the sweat equity and I'm going to work my way up, that's great. Go get your real estate license and come back in a year.
Yeah, I will tell you here's what I can't fix. If you don't have success in any other parts of your life, and people have heard me say this. Let me explain what success is. If you're not in the top 20% in some other aspect of your life, do not call us with, hey, can you help me? I'm a barista at Starbucks and I haven't, I'm like, I can't do anything with that.
Right.
You've got to find success somewhere else. And then we can teach you what we do. And then you could take that same work ethic and apply it to real estate and you'll be successful.
Sure.
But if you're, if you've, I can't do anything with the here's the problem. If your checking account is broke, your mindset is probably broke.
Yes.
And I really can't fix your mindset either.
Right.
Now, if you graduated college, maybe you got some bill issues, but you're making pretty decent money
Sure.
at work.
Divorced. I get all that stuff.
Yeah, the healthcare problem.
Got it.
Totally get. We can totally fix that. But if you've got a consistent a lifetime of, man, I don't have any money, I'm always struggling. I'm in and out of these crazy relationships, and my personal life's a mess, and my business. I'm like, I can't. There's nothing I can do there. I'm not a counselor. There's something else going on there we can't fix.
Exactly.
In fact, most counselors can't. Truth be told, most counselors can't even fix it. Right? Some stuff gets we can help on the margins. Probably a good way to put it. Right?
Yes.
I can't help you with this my whole life is a disaster. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do.
Conversely, though, there are 20%. It's 1 in 5 people are going to be perfect for us, right?
Yeah, 1 in 5 are going to be great.
We're really not talking to the other 4 and 5, nor are we marketing to them, nor do we, even expect them in our room because it's just going to be frustrating. It's not that we don't like you. It's not that we don't wish you the best. We know what's going to happen. You're going to get frustrated and you're going to quit at yet another thing.
Yes.
So just don't waste your time here. We want to focus on the people that are willing and ready to move forward. That's really it. It's not an elite thing. It's just a numbers reality.
I really don't mind it being an elite thing, to be honest with you. So I'll tell you right now. So I'm training on the bike right now, and I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty quick, but I'm not A+ group fast yet.
Yeah.
And if you go ride with the A+ riders, it's called getting ridden off the wheel. Like you come off their back wheel, you ain't ever catching them.
Yep.
Because in that group, together in that group, they're fast, real fast. And really what speed translates to is efficiency.
Yeah.
Like their bodies are really, really efficient. And if you're not at that level, here's the reality. Even if you're in the group, you got to pedal the damn bike.
Right.
If you're in that group at the Tour de France, you still got to pedal the bike. There's no sitting on the bench and taking a break. Sorry, buddy, you got to pedal just like everybody else. Even if you're around elite class riders, you still got to ride the bike. So the reality is if you want to come hang out with us, you've got to meet some minimum requirements. You got to have a decent credit score, at least about 700. You got to have some money. You got to make a little bit of money. You got household income about $100,000. We're not asking for, top 1%, $400,000 a year folks, although we have a ton of those people in our group, you got to have a little bit of money. You got to have a little decent credit, and you've got to have some success in other areas of your life. That way we can say, hey, guys, here's the prescription. Here's the instruction set for success in real estate. We have 15 or 17 step process. You do all these things first, and then we start making offers. And the guys that are most successful in the group, they do just that. They'll ask a couple questions like, look, Bob, just no more talking. Just follow the instruction set. Is it really that easy? Just do it. And they start banging through it, and they start buying properties, and then they start believing. After you buy the first one, you're like, okay, this is how it works, and the second one, third. And I get it. You've probably been in other programs. And people that listen to us have been in all these different groups.
We'll talk more about this when we come back from the break. This is Robert and Jason. We'll be back. Sorry to cut you off.
Chris Bounds, I really love the voice text messages you send me because I can't. I have to stop, listen. I know he's watching the show.
Oh, is that the deal?
He's sending me some stuff right now, and I'm like, dude, I can't. What are you doing?
Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert and Jason with world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate, and this is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. Hey, if you want to check out our website, you can go there and learn all about the mastermind. It's mrtxre.com. MR is in Mr. TX is in Texas. RE is in real estate.com. mrtxre.com. So you can go online, check it out, and if you forget what those URL is, you can just wait till I have my new license plate.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, everybody's getting new plates,
Yep.
new rides, and new plates.
I'll probably go on the Y first.
Man, I was looking at gas prices. I normally don't pay attention to any of that crap.
It's all Biden's fault.
And
right?
it's totally Biden's fault.
It's totally Biden's fault for some reason.
Completely Biden's fault.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, it would probably be cheaper for me to buy a Tesla, then sell it when my Cybertruck comes in, just as the price of gas, increases here. And then I was like, I don't want to do that. And then you and I had this, hey, you probably got to have at least one gasoline-powered vehicle. And I'd been looking for a while and finally found something. So I'll probably do a Facebook Live. If I'm out of Facebook Live jail yet, I'm not sure. But I'll probably do a Facebook Live this weekend. You guys can see the new whip. It's rusty.
I saw our buddy Al Torres go on a right-wing rant.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was just like, sell everything. No. I was like, is he joking? Or, he's got a little leaning there, too, I've picked up. So
I bet he's just trolling. He has a lot of fun with folks.
Yeah, he might be having some fun.
He mentioned a G-Wagon in a post I had, so I don't know if it sounded like he ordered one.
Yeah.
They're like a 3 or 4 year back order.
We got to get him on the show. He's an interesting dude.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, he's definitely interesting. Anyway, we're talking about the mastermind. We've got 72 hours. Well, let's figure out. We got 24.
When's the first? Is that
Thursday?
Thursday.
So we got 24 back to tomorrow night at midnight, 24 to tonight at midnight. So when you're listening to the show, you have 50 hours left.
Got 50 hours to scrounge up $10,000. Oh, before I forget, if anybody in the mastermind is listening, you guys got to start writing checks for the cruise, or we're going to start inviting some other people to come.
Yes, we have the cruise coming up.
Cruise is coming up in October, and Robert and Jason wrote a check. I don't know if you noticed that in the checking account for everybody's stateroom. We just put the deposit down. I think it's $1,000, $2,000, something like for 20 staterooms.
Yes.
So if you guys want to come, you can start writing checks. So we're just going to invite a bunch of my friends. It's going to turn into the shenanigans tour.
It's a 5-day cruise, and there's only a certain amount of people we're gonna get. I think we're only looking at 25 or something like that, 30.
I thought you and I have
minimum
suites.
20, and we were really just pushing 30, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. So
and it's double occupancy. So we're talking
20 cabins is what we're looking for.
Yeah, 20
40
cabins.
people.
Yeah.
And we have some guests coming on and some vendors and stuff like that. It's a 5 days, and there's 2 days at port and 2 days at sea. Mm-hmm. And the 2 days at sea, we'll do a couple workshops late in the afternoon before dinner. And the days at port, we'll just go out and have fun, and we can meet for drinks later, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be really low key. On the 2 days at sea, we'll probably do about 4 hours of masterminding and get that stuff rolling.
So these cruises, this is a good, if you've never done a cruise before, it's a 5-day. So it's just long enough to get a taste of what a 7 or a 10-day would be like, or longer. But it's also not so short. We're only going to one destination while spending 2 days on the boat. So good cruise if you're interested. We're opening up first to the folks on the mastermind. I'll have Tina send out another email, but it's going to be a really fun event. I've wanted to do one of these real estate cruises forever. And I wouldn't call myself, quote, a cruiser, but it is a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what makes it fun as a vacation business trip. It's you can have folks of all different kind of ages, if you will, on these cruises. And you're all kind of going to the same place. So it's kind of fun. You go, and the travel is relatively easy, right? You get tired, you go back to your stateroom, you go to sleep, and you wake up and you're in Cozumel or Cancun or wherever, as opposed to fighting the airport, getting on a plane, finding transportation to get to the hotel, and then from the hotel to this thing. And it's just it's a fun, leisurely way to travel amongst some of the more beautiful places here in the world, to be quite honest with you. So we're doing this one out of Galveston, so you guys have to fly into Houston. I may put together a group that will stay the night before at one of the historic hotels in Galveston. So it'd be a lot of fun. Stay down there. Rumor is they're all haunted. So that'd be kind of cool. But anyways, we'd stay down at one of the hotels and walk around and hit the Strand, do a little happy hour there, and then wake up first thing that morning, have a nice little breakfast, and then get on the cruise ship. So that's the plan, at least tentative plan for right now. But if you guys are interested and you're in the mastermind, just check the mastermind group in your emails. I'll have Tina send something out here in the next day or so. You should have already gotten an email, but if you haven't, take a look there. And then once we get run through our mastermind, folks, we'll have a couple of spots open. We may open that up to some select guests and other friends. And anyway, so it'll be a great event. It'll be a great group of folks, good networking, and we'll have a heck of a lot of fun. This is going to be a no kids tour. So if you guys want to bring the kids along, this is not the vacation for you. This is a no kids zone.
But there is the like kneeboard surfing thing.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do all the crazy stuff. So
I like shooting shotguns off the
off the boat.
Yeah,
that's
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, the skeet shooting.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that type of cruise ship.
Yeah, it might not be. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a great time.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're gonna talk real estate, and we're gonna work with individuals that we want to work with. So that's the best part about it. Mm-hmm. That's a big part of the mastermind. Obviously, you're going to get first dibs there. There's a whole bunch of other benefits to the mastermind. Obviously, we're going to help you find the money. That's a big thing. We're testing the water, if you will, with a mezzanine fund for small apartments. I don't think anyone in the country has that. And all the apartment folks I know, they can't find it. They're all really super excited. The fun thing is, like, all these apartment guys are super excited to come and borrow from us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, hey, mastermind goes up $2,500 April 1st.
That's right.
Like, what does that mean? I'm like, it's only for mastermind.
It's only for mastermind folks.
Right. We want to know who you are. We have an intimate relationship with you guys. We understand who you are. Then that's a perfect person to lend to.
We're going to open up this apartment mezzanine fund, and they'll only have to raise half the money that they normally have to raise to close an apartment complex, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, man, I'm going to give you guys a call. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, that doesn't work that way.
That's not how it works. You're going to join our mastermind, and we're going to watch you like a hawk. Then we're going to lend to you.
And I did a webinar, did a little Zoom thing where I was just breaking down the mechanics of the fund, and like 30 people were like, "Oh, well, I'm ready. I'm ready. Can you help me?" I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
Who are you, dude?
Right? It's like, and they're like, "Well, can you do it in Missouri?" I'm like, "No, it's the Texas Mezzanine Fund.
It's all in the name.
It's like it's right there." And they're like, "Oh, well, when are you going to be ready to do it here?" I'm like, "Go to hell. What are you talking about? It's for my mastermind members."
If I can't become a billionaire with Texas real estate, I've clearly screwed something up. I don't have to go to Missouri.
Right. Well, he was in Missouri, and then the other guys are in Maine. All that stuff.
Right, but I don't have to go to those other places. There's plenty of money here.
It's just one of those things. It's like, hey, this is a perk about being in our mastermind. There is a fund, and we're going to do the four unit ground up, and we already have access to capital. We have our agents, and we do the property hunt. We find deals, right? So it's deals and money, and when you come to Mastermind, you're going to get access to both. That's our biggest thing. So, again, if you're interested, text 281-401-9008 Mastermind, or go to our website, mrtxre.com. MR is in Mr. TX is in Texas, RE as in realestate.com, and go to the Mastermind page, sign up there, or text 281-401-9008. We'll be back. We did get 2 people over the weekend, but we're not going to hold the cap this month. Just anyone who wants to come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just anyone come in. There's technically 2 spots left, but we'll just anyone who wants to come in. Let's just get them, save them the $2,500. So many people like to push too and test. Well, wasn't it 10,000? Yeah, but this has been the message from day one.
Yeah,
This is it. I can't afford it now, but can I give you a deposit? No. We don't do deposits. We don't do payments.
If you can't afford it now, you're not
right. How can you do real estate?
Yeah, let's not waste our time here. Because then those people turn into, they're sitting. We're all having drinks with our mastermind group. We're doing a steak night. And they're like, I really wish I could do it. And they're like, who is this person?
Right. You guys are lucky.
Yeah, you guys are lucky.
Right?
You get to do this.
The biggest insult you can ever tell an entrepreneur, right? A successful person in their life. You're lucky.
You're lucky. Oh, yeah, I'm lucky, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I shocked everybody the other night when I told them, hey, I lost $250,000 on a deal. And they were like, what? I said, yeah, that's the difference between, I don't want to say luck, but, I mean, doing it and not, right? Damn it, I shouldn't have waited. This TV went up.
Bring us in, A-Rock. Is this the last one? Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert with Jason. We're from Mr. Texas Real Estate, the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. Hey, we're talking about just getting started. We have an excellent opportunity if you want to be a buy-hold investor working with us here in the Mastermind. I think we're done talking about it, but if you want to find out more information, go to the website, mrtxre.com. MR is in Mr., TX is in Texas, RE is in realestate.com, and go to the Mastermind page. You'll understand the requirements are there, and there's actually a new link to pay that is on there. That's always good to have when we're trying to do e-commerce. But either way, if you join the Mastermind, don't join the Mastermind. It's time to get started. We keep going over this. We won't be able to say this for many more years, but this is the greatest investment market for buy and hold investors in the country.
Yeah, this is not, it doesn't get any better than this.
It does not get any better. The rents are high. The rents increase. The properties are still relatively affordable. It's all relative, but there is appreciation. So, in all the strategies we teach, again, this is the best market. In 5 years, you can get your 10 houses free and clear, 20 doors, whatever it is, and then go out and do whatever you want in your life.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people who are like sort of north of 40 and 45. But we've got, one eye on the kid. I think he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
And him and his wife. They're both young. And to me, like the smartest guy you'll ever meet, because he said, "I want to get this real estate stuff done before we get kids." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
you are a god amongst your generation.
That's right. Yeah,
that is amazing.
Yeah.
So I think he's on like house number 4 or 5, right?
Yep.
In 1 year.
Yeah, this is like graduate school. It's like get it done before you got kids, because once you have the kids, it's kind of a whole.
It becomes difficult. Yep.
I got the when a couple of my buddies, I was a little bit older, and some of my friends, and they would call me and be like, "How did you do it?" I'm like, "Do what?" Like, you guys, you were in grad school with kids, and then you started a business, multiple businesses, and you've got kids, and you were working. And I'm like, dude, you just figure it out. But the problem is that if you're not accustomed to that much work, then you add the kids on top of it. It's like you can't prioritize. You can't. It's too hard. Yep. So I would recommend, if you're young enough, just start doing it now, right? Even if it's just, I don't have the money, great. Well, become a real estate agent or work with your parents.
Sure. Yep.
So it's that's the reality. It's tough under 30. Really, it's truth be told, it's tough under 40. Most real estate investors don't get started until they're north of 40.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare.
Yep. And of course, then they all say, "I wish I started this in my 20s."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
which then is funny. So everyone will say, this is what's funny. I wish I started sooner. That's true. But then here's the other problem. You'll hear this, but real estate's really expensive right now. And I'm like, okay. So here's the problem.
Right.
You could start this now in your 40s, or you can start it in the next real estate crash, which is probably going to be in your late 50s.
Yeah.
The real estate runs in 20-year cycles.
Yep.
So, and there's no guarantee that the next real estate crash is going to be as profitable as buying right now.
No, there's none at all, right? Yeah. No, there's no.
If there's going to be a next real estate crash,
Well,
there may not
be an adjustment, but I wouldn't call it a crash. It's not going to be, our biggest problem is that we had a big real estate crash.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a sort of 90s, 80s thing. It was like the biggest one.
That was the biggest one ever.
Right? And so everyone freaked out. Now we're assuming that the next one is going to be like that.
No.
And that is a problem because the next thing never looks like the last thing.
In fact, you know what? Let's do this because this is an equivalent asset class. When was the last crash in gold?
Right. I don't know. I don't follow gold, but
When was the last crash in gold?
I was probably, what do you think it was?
Let me look up gold. Spot price. Last?
When did I hear like gold being an issue? God, what was that 92, 96, somewhere in that area? Clinton? This is not dead air. This is us
No, we're
working.
thinking. This is not.
I'll do some.
Let me look. I mean, when was the last crash in gold? Because gold is very similar to real estate.
Sure.
Everybody's got to have it, and
again, yeah, people need to have that in their portfolio, and then some people get like totally involved in it.
It lost 20% in 1979, and in 75
Sure.
it lost 49. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart.
Well, the 70s would have been very volatile with stagnation. We would have had the Smithsonian Act, with Nixon 73, 74, taking us off the gold standard, which would have thrown gold into turmoil.
It was about 1975.
Yeah, that was Nixon, but that's because Nixon took us off for the gold standard.
That's right.
And it was a turmoil.
That's right.
Yep.
So this whole idea that there's going to be this big giant real estate crash, and I'm going to go scoop up all these properties.
Yeah, I'd say the last time gold crashed was in the last 3 years, right? It took a 15% nosedive, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
But nobody talks about that, right?
No, certainly not.
If you're
Peter Schiff, that's for sure.
Yeah, Peter Schiff. I absolutely love his analysis is spot on. How he explains economics is spot on. But when he makes that transition to you should buy gold from one of my companies, I'm like, dude, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, and I only mean this in a humorous way. Every time I hear him speak, I just think like he's a guy who's going to spray the cream cheese when he's eating a bagel, right? Because he's just so loud and so active. It's just like nothing stays in his orbit, right?
Yeah.
Everything's just projected out. So I just always feel like, there's a guy at the deli in New York City that would be sitting there.
Oh, he's that guy for sure.
Listening to him, the booth over, and going, oh, God, I just want to read my New York Times.
You know what I would love? I would love to see an interview between him and Carl Icahn at the same time because they're like the same.
Yeah,
they're cut from the same cloth. They probably came from the same neighborhood. If you guys don't know who Carl Icahn is, he will go down as the most successful investor of all time. He's better than Buffett. And at least I think so.
Yeah, because he's a turnaround specialist, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And he doesn't put up with the board and CEO and all their nonsense. He just goes in there and kicks everybody's teeth in.
That's the story about Carl. He came in, and I forget what business it was, and he met with this sales manager, and he said, hey, man, what's the problem? Why aren't we doing this? And he's like, I'll tell you the problem, but you're not going to do anything about it. He's like, what's that? He's like, the entire 5th floor is useless. He's like, what? He's like, the entire 5th floor of this company is useless. We don't need them. And did a little research. Next month, he fired everyone on the 5th floor.
Mm-hmm. Time to go, guys.
Time to go. Thanks, man. You're not going to work in here.
He was famous for his Netflix acquisition when he bought in a bunch of controlling interest.
Oh, there's a great movie out there, Blockbuster. Watch it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is he? Do they talk about that?
Talk about it for sure.
So Carl Icahn's sitting across from the founder and CEO over at Netflix, and he says, look, if you make me $1 billion, I might not punch you in the mouth. And I'm like, this is great. This is exactly what we need.
Right.
What they call him is an activist investor. That's really what they call him.
Yes.
So as opposed to Buffett, where he's like, I love everybody and puppies and
Dairy Queen.
yeah, we're just going to invest in this. It's just little old Warren over here. And of course, Charlie Munger is behind him, who's a real animal, right?
Backstabber.
Yeah.
Killer,
So it's kind of
natural born killer there.
Yeah. Charlie's a killer. So, anyways, getting those two guys in a room would be hilarious. Carl Icahn and
that would be good.
And of course our Goldbug colleague there. But it would be pretty funny because I could see them both just hammering each other back and forth for like 3 hours nonstop.
We'll talk more about that Blockbuster documentary tomorrow. It was awesome. Yeah, if you guys are familiar with Blockbuster, it's a big part of my life. Watching it, I just realized how much of that was important to me. Hey guys, this is Robert and Jason, world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. We appreciate you guys every single night coming here and spending a little time with us, listen to us on the radio, or if you downloaded our podcast and we're in your earbuds while you're running, watching, laying in bed, whatever. That's kind of creepy, but we're there. And or if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, again, we appreciate everything you guys do and the support that you give us. And we'd love to see you over here at the Texas Real Estate Investment Center. We're about to get going with a full slate of events, and we'll talk soon. Bye. I brought food, but